to Jen Beauty. My name is Jennifer, and here on my channel I like to chat about all things beauty and makeup. And today I have another palette bingo collab with the Urban Decay Wild Greens palette. This is a multi-channel collab. Erica Ashley and Amy Melissa put out on their community tabs on YouTube, you know, whoever was wanting to join in, to let them know. So I was like, yeah, I'm in. I love a good palette bingo. I'm not sure why, because I get really stressed out during the video while I'm trying to figure out the makeup look, but I don't know. I think it's just fun to have that collaboration and chat with other creators and find new creators that I haven't seen before. All right, so this is a 12 shadow palette. So this will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So I'm gonna put this in the random number generator and generate 5 different shades. I'll swatch it out and then I'll say a little prayer before I put it on my face. All right, I have the numbers 1 through 12. I have cleared the history and I have prevent rerolls on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna swatch this out and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Kind of an interesting color story. So first I rolled in the shade 2, which is Lo-Fi, and then the shade number 6, which is High Vibe, and then number 4, which is Fuzz, and then number 9, which is Prickly, and then number 12, which is Stash. I was actually really hoping I would get this shade. So this is what the color story looks like. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. So, I mean, I think the easiest thing to start with would be the shade Lo-Fi. This like peach shade, nude, not nude. Well, nude depending who you are. For me, it's gonna probably be like a genuine peach shade. I've used this palette a couple of times and I really do enjoy it. I am riding the struggle bus right now with acne, and it's like the really deep cystic kind that like doesn't want to leave your body. I used a pimple patch on both of them. I used one of the really expensive Zit Sticka patches there, and I left it on all day. I even wore it like under my makeup, and that dang thing is still like a volcano on my chin. Which, you know, I considered not filming, but this is life. This is real life. Like, this happens, you know? People get zits. It's not the end of the world. I know that they're hormonal. Obviously, I just had a hysterectomy, and I did keep my ovaries, but it still is going to send your body into like some hormonal fluctuation. And I got them before anyways because of hormones. All right, so I used Lo-Fi. I'm gonna try High Vibe, this shade, all over the lid. I think it'll work better with a finger. Actually, I think it'll work better with a glitter glue. I did prime my eyes and set it down with I set it down with the Tarte Shape Tape powder. That has been like a lifesaver for me to not have my eyeshadow creased. Like, any formula I've used, my eyeshadow has not creased since I started doing a primer and setting it down with an actual setting powder. Like, something that's meant to mattify and control oils, I have found makes a huge difference. Which makes sense, because I have oily eyelids. So, like, Duh, Jennifer. Because setting it down with eyeshadow, just, it was not doing the trick for me. And I've been alternating between the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer and my Sigma, what is this? Eyeshadow Base Primer in the shade Persuade. Y'all, I have used so much of this. Like, there's not that much left. I'm so proud of myself. And this is really random, but that's all that's left. I'm so proud. And like, if I roll it down into the tube, it like rolls on forever. I can't believe I've used that much of it. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the shade, was it Fuzz? Yeah, Fuzz. I'm gonna go in with the shade Fuzz on the inner part of the lid. I may need my mirror for this. I didn't have any green cat ears, so I went with gold. I figured that was the next best thing. Inspired by the palette. I need some green ones. It's March. I need a green St. Patrick's Day headband. All right, I'm gonna get kind of like a more packed brush and use this shade Stash, this dark green one. So technically this is like a satin, and a lot of people were very disappointed this wasn't a matte, but I found so far that I can get it to kind of perform like a matte, and it looks really beautiful. It just takes a little bit of like playing around to figure out how you best like to use it. But they were really disappointed because like this brown that's in here, Kickback, is more of like a mid-tone brown, and this is the darkest shade. And I can see where that would be a disappointment if you like to deepen up the outer corner, but I've had really good luck with getting looks to come together using this dark green like I would a matte in the outer corner. So I just kind of like packed it on. I used a fluffier brush that I'd used with no shadow on it. It's the one that I used to blend everything out. And then I just kind of blended it into the crease a little bit to kind of deepen up the crease. And I'll do some cleaning up when I put my concealer on, because I have my base on, but I didn't do concealer. I just did a little bit of color correcting. Oh, and I didn't even mention my eyes. They're stained from the shadow I used yesterday, so I look sickly, and you know, I probably am. I probably do need some more rest, but I'm not quite that bad off. I'm gonna clean up around my eyes, put some concealer on, and then I'll be back for us to finish like the lower lash line and all that jazz. Oh, I think I'm actually also gonna do like brows, blush, and all that stuff. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I used, so for my base, I never even talked about that. I used the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud Coverage. It's like a CC cream. This one, this is in my project pan. I mixed it with the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I'm actually not loving how this is looking on my face lately. I used my Urban Decay All Nighter Primer, also in a project pan. And then for my brows, I used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Micro Pencil. That's also in a project pan. Do we see a running theme here? Trying to be good about using my project pan stuff. For cheeks, I used the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and then I went in with the Flower Beauty Nectar. I kind of felt like peachy blush would be like the moment for this look. And then I've been loving this BH Cosmetics Bellini palette. So for today, I just went in with this shade because I already have like a lot of redness peeking through. So I just wanted a little tiny bit of peach. And then I used the Nomad Balmoral Beach highlighter. I really like this one. Like, I'm starting to wear down some in the corner over here. I'm trying to avoid the really pretty imprint, but you know, it's not going well. So that is what the highlighter looks out. Looks like swatched out. Wow. I think that's everything. All right, we are here for palette bingo though, and I still have one shade left that I really need to use, but I'm going to use the shade Lo-Fi on my lower lash line. A lot of people really didn't like this palette, and like, I get it. I hear you. I understand why you would not like it. It's definitely not for everyone. Then I'm gonna lightly go in with the shade Stash, that really dark green, shade number 12. It's not like super pigmented, although the pigments are buildable. I do feel like there's a decent amount of like delineation between the shades. Like, I don't feel like it's all one note, but it may not be in the formula that people would normally use them for. Like, a lot of people use a lid setting shade, and this one is actually a shimmer. I like to use it as an inner corner highlight. And then, like I said, this brown is a very mid-tone brown. It's really good for deepening up the crease. And then this shade I like to use like I would an outer corner, but that's not everyone's preferred method. And then these two shades I feel like look similar in the pan, but I feel like this is, if I use this shade, then I just want to use this one to blend it out and like kind of soften the edges. I wouldn't use this one alone. I kind of feel the same way about these two shades. I would use this one and then soften the edges with this one, but it's personal preference on what you like. And I don't have a darker skin tone, so I cannot speak to how it performs on someone with a deeper skin tone than me. I'm also, you know, like almost as pale as you can get without being clear. So, you know, I can't really speak to a lot of that. I'm going to go in with the shade Fuzz, this mid-tone shimmer. Very lightly, just add a tiny bit of interest. You've probably guessed it, but I'm going to use the shade Prickly as an inner corner highlight. I like to typically try a pencil brush first because I get a bit more control with that. Kind of blend it up into the other shimmers that I've used on the eye, so I get more of a gradient. It's a choice. I don't know if it'd be always my choice, but it's a choice. Look, I'm doubling down and like building the pigment up. Like, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go. Like, we're gonna be all in on this. There is a small part of me that regrets that I did not take my lunchtime to take a nap. Just a small one. I'm unofficially trying to get rid of all of my ColourPop liners. I mean, I'm putting them in project pans, but even the ones that aren't in project pans, when the occasion calls for it, I am using them. So today we're going to use Sunnyvale from ColourPop. All right, I also went in with Kaleidos 7Cs. This is like a multi-chrome eyeliner. I don't know if you can see this shift because I swatched it very awkwardly. Hold on. Let's think straight, Jennifer. So it has like a blue turquoise to green shift. I still don't think it's really, whatever, it's pretty. And then I used the Item Beauty Lash Snack Lengthening Mascara. So I got this in Ipsy and I actually ended up getting 2 of them. And I passed one along to Erica Conger because I was like, I have so much mascara and I'm sending her like a little goodie box and she can pass on whatever she doesn't want or can't use. And I was like, I I don't need to fall in love with a really expensive mascara. Well, I did. I really like it. I love the wand for the lower lashes. Like, look how cute that little thing is. So I like it for the lower lashes, but it looks like Item Beauty is going out of business. Everything on their site was like 75% off. And I actually thought like I should go buy another one. And then I was like, Jennifer, come on, get a grip. You do not need more mascara. You still have like 15 other mascaras to try. And so I talked myself out of it. And then I did go back and look for the mascara to see if it was on the site at 75% off. I know this is like a roller coaster. Where are we going? And sold out. Like, not on their website anymore. Gone. Discontinued. Never to be seen again. So I'm just going to go in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Lumiere. Mainly because I'm panning it and it's in my drawer. Half of what I'm panning lip-wise is at my desk. Half is in my drawer. Although there may be a few scattered about in my bedroom. One of my goals was to be more organized this year. How do we think that's going? Thank you for asking. Not great. Marker. I feel like I'm playing Marco Polo with the marker. Marker. It unfortunately does not answer me. And then I should be using a lip gloss on panning, but I just don't want to. I don't want to. I want to try a new lip gloss because I can. Oh man, do better, Jennifer. Oh, you know what? Before I finish my lips, I'm actually going to spray my face. I forgot that. I actually try to always do my, spray my face before I do my mascara. And sometimes my brows, because I've noticed it'll kind of like get my brow stuff wet again and then pick it back up. And see, like I tap over it with a sponge to like set all the powders and stuff together. And I've removed the coverage from my giant zits. I'm going back to work in a minute. Like there's no point in any of this. Other than I just want to. All right, let's see how this is. Either I'm crazy or it doesn't smell like anything. Or I have too many other smells amongst my person right now. I just really don't want this to be like the sea gloss. Oh, it's not. It's definitely a much thinner formula than the H2O gloss from Tarte. This is the Man-Eater Plumping Gloss in Pink Pearl. I don't know, I just felt like it. I felt like finally using it. I bought it for myself a couple months ago. And I have not opened it. I've tried to be very studious and waiting so that I could get through some other lip products, but I'm being impatient and I don't want to wait anymore. All right, that's it for today's palette bingo. Thank you again to Erica Ashley and Amy Melissa for putting this together and for all the fun chatting in between. I always enjoy our group chats for each palette bingo. Let me know what you think. How did I do with the shades I got? And what would you have done? Anything different? Now that you've seen the palette used in a palette bingo, if you don't have it, what do you think of it? A lot of people have been finding it at TJ Maxx, even cheaper than half off. We paid half off for it. I say we, because me and my husband, our money is like in a pool, but I paid half off for it on Amazon. So kind of annoyed that it ended up going, you know, even cheaper at TJ Maxx, but That's okay, because we haven't seen it at my TJ Maxx, and that is, like, it's a good find when you find something at TJ Maxx. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more makeup and beauty content from me, hit that subscribe button and I'll have more coming at you. I hope wherever you are, you have a wonderful day. Bye. Shit. Always forget. Thumbnail. Ooh. Ah. On days that I wash and dry my hair and then straighten it, it gets like really fluffy, and then by the next day it's in a place where it is like, oh my gosh, like, I love you and you can style me however you want. But on wash day, it's like, how dare you? I worked very hard to acquire those oils. Now I have to try to put them back. It's like mad at me. But we have an understanding and eventually we get along. Today was wash day, so today we have fluffy hair. So if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up, and if you would like to see, what was that, thumbs up? Up, raise me up. Okay, bye for real.